Wisdom seekers, you've always known that there's something more to life than what you've been told. Beneath the surface of your daily routines and societal expectations, there's a yearning, a silent, persistent call to become something greater. It's not a call to external success, but to inner mastery. A mastery of the self, of your own mind, body, and soul. But here's the secret no one talks about. Greatness is not a product of grand moments. It doesn't arise from one monumental decision or a single life-altering event. True greatness is the sum of small, consistent habits. Habits that, when practiced daily, reshape your reality from the inside out. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, reminded himself daily that the only thing within his control was his own mind. Epictetus, the former slave-turned-philosopher, taught that our perceptions shape our reality. And Seneca, the statesman, wrote that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. These men, like you, were seekers of wisdom, and they knew that the path to self-mastery was paved with disciplined habits. Today, we embark on a journey to explore 10 habits that can fundamentally transform your life. These are not just actions you take, but states of being that you embody. They are not mere tasks to check off a list, but philosophies to live by. This isn't just about self-improvement. It's about self-revolution. It's about becoming the man you were always meant to be. Wisdom seekers, your support means everything. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and consider using the thank you feature to make a donation. Every like, subscribe, and donation helps us continue our mission of sharing knowledge. Ready to unlock more wisdom? Let's get started. Habit 1. The power of presence. Imagine for a moment that you're sitting by a river, watching the water flow past. The current is steady, unyielding, and constant. This river is time, your life moving forward, second by second, minute by minute. Most people live their lives standing at the riverbank, watching the water flow by without ever stepping in. They are observers of their own existence, distracted by thoughts of the past and anxieties about the future, never truly present in the moment. The first habit to master, the cornerstone upon which all other habits are built, is the power of presence. To live in the present moment is to step into the river of time and immerse yourself fully in the flow of life. The philosopher Seneca wrote, "While we wait for life, life passes." This profound truth is a reminder that life is happening now, not in some distant future. The present moment is all we have, and yet, it's the one thing we so often neglect. To cultivate presence is to engage fully with whatever is before you. It means listening deeply when someone is speaking. Not merely waiting for your turn to talk. It means savoring each bite of food, not just eating to satisfy hunger. It means feeling the ground beneath your feet as you walk, rather than rushing to your next destination. Presence is the foundation of mindfulness, and mindfulness is the key to inner peace. When you are fully present, you're not plagued by regrets of the past or worries about the future. You're simply here, in this moment, experiencing life as it is. But presence is more than just mindfulness. It's also about being intentional with your time and energy. It's about choosing to focus on what truly matters, rather than being distracted by the noise of the world. In a society that glorifies multitasking and constant busyness, the ability to be present is a rare and powerful skill. Start each day with a few moments of stillness. Before you reach for your phone, before you check your emails, or start thinking about your to-do list, take a moment to just be. Breathe deeply, feel the air fill your lungs, and remind yourself that this moment is a gift. As you move through your day, practice bringing your attention back to the present whenever you find your mind wandering. It won't be easy at first. Your mind will resist. It will pull you into thoughts of the past and worries about the future. But with practice, you'll find that you can train your mind to stay in the present moment longer and longer. And here's the beautiful paradox. The more you practice being present, the more time you seem to have. When you're fully engaged in the moment, time slows down. Minutes feel like hours, and you find that you can accomplish more with less effort. You become more effective, more focused, and more at peace. Habit 2. The art of reflection. As we journey through life, we often become so focused on our external goals that we forget to look inward. We chase after success, wealth, and recognition, thinking that these things will bring us happiness. But without self-reflection, we're like a ship without a rudder, moving, but without direction. The second habit is the art of reflection. It's about taking the time to look inward, to examine your thoughts, actions, and emotions. It's about understanding your motivations, recognizing your strengths, and acknowledging your weaknesses. Socrates famously said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." This statement is as true today as it was in ancient Greece. Reflection is the process of examining your life, your choices, and your beliefs. It's about understanding why you do what you do and whether those actions align with your values. Reflection is not the same as rumination. Where rumination is a passive, often negative cycle of thoughts, reflection is an active and constructive process. It's about learning from your experiences, not dwelling on your mistakes. It's about asking yourself the tough questions. Why did I react that way? What can I learn from this experience? How can I grow from this? To develop the habit of reflection, set aside time each day to think deeply about your life. This could be in the form of journaling, meditation, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts. The key is to be honest with yourself. Don't shy away from the difficult questions or uncomfortable truths. This is where real growth happens. Reflect on your successes, but also on your failures. Celebrate your achievements, but also learn from your mistakes. Each experience, whether positive or negative, is an opportunity for growth. Reflection is also about looking at the bigger picture. It's about considering your life as a whole, not just the individual moments. Are you living in alignment with your values? Are you moving in the direction of your goals? Are you becoming the person you want to be? In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Reflection gives you this power. It allows you to take control of your mind, to shape your thoughts, and ultimately, to shape your life. But reflection is not just about looking inward. It's also about looking outward with a critical eye. It's about questioning the world around you, challenging the status quo, and seeking out the truth. The Stoics believed in the importance of philosophy as a guide for life. They saw philosophy not as an abstract concept, but as a practical tool for living well. As you cultivate the habit of reflection, you'll find that you become more mindful, more intentional, and more at peace. You'll be better equipped to navigate life's challenges, and you'll gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Habit 3. The discipline of daily movement. Picture a warrior in the early morning hours, before the world has awoken. He stands in silence, every muscle in his body alive with potential energy. This warrior understands that movement is not just an activity, it is a discipline, a ritual, and a way of life. To move is to affirm life. It is to acknowledge the vitality within you and to honor the body that carries your spirit through the world. The third habit is the discipline of daily movement. It is a habit that connects the mind, body, and soul. The ancient Stoics believed in the importance of physical exercise, not only as a means of maintaining health, but as a practice of self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Strengthen yourself through exercise, but don't overdo it. Don't give yourself a martyr's complex. Just as with eating and drinking, exercise is part of a balance. Too little, and you won't develop properly. Too much, and you may lose touch with your other priorities." Daily movement is a reminder that your body is your temple. It's not just a vessel to carry your mind around, it's an integral part of who you are. The way you treat your body reflects the way you treat yourself. Neglect your physical health, and it will reflect in every aspect of your life. Honor it, and you'll find strength, resilience, and clarity that permeates every action you take. Movement doesn't necessarily mean lifting heavy weights or running marathons, though those can be part of it. It means honoring your body's need to stretch, to flex, and to breathe. It means walking, practicing yoga, swimming, or even simply standing up and moving around during your workday. The key is consistency, making movement a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. The ancient Greeks, who greatly influenced Stoic thought, held the belief that a sound mind in a sound body was the pinnacle of human achievement. This is the concept of mens sana in corpore sano. They understood that physical well-being was inextricably linked to mental and spiritual well-being. When you move, You not only strengthen your body, but also clear your mind and uplift your spirit. Begin each day with movement. Whether it's a morning walk, a session of stretching, or a full workout, start your day by connecting with your body. Feel your muscles wake up, your heart rate increase, and your breath deepen. This practice sets the tone for the rest of your day, preparing you to face challenges with strength and resilience. Movement also teaches discipline. It requires you to push through discomfort, to show up even when you don't feel like it, and to stay committed to your goals. These are the same qualities that are essential for success in all areas of life. The discipline you cultivate in your physical practice will carry over into your work, your relationships, and your personal growth. The Stoics taught that we should focus on what is within our control, and our bodies are one of the few things we can directly influence. By taking care of your body through daily movement, you assert control over one of the most fundamental aspects of your life. You acknowledge that while you cannot control the external world, you can control how you show up in it. Incorporate movement into your daily life in a way that feels right for you. It doesn't have to be extreme or time-consuming, but it does have to be consistent. Whether it's 10 minutes of stretching in the morning or an hour-long workout, make it a priority. Over time, you'll find that this habit not only improves your physical health, but also enhances your mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall well-being. Habit 4. The wisdom of nourishment. Imagine for a moment that your body is a finely tuned instrument, crafted with precision and care. Every part of it, every muscle, every organ, every cell depends on the fuel you provide it. The food you consume is not just sustenance, it is information, a message you send to your body about how to function, how to heal, and how to grow. The fourth habit is the wisdom of nourishment. It's about recognizing that what you eat is not just about satisfying hunger, but about nourishing your body, mind, and soul. The Stoics believed in moderation in all things, and this applies especially to the way we nourish ourselves. They understood that the body is the servant of the mind, and that to neglect the body is to weaken the mind. Hippocrates, often called the father of medicine, famously said, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." This philosophy underscores the power of nourishment as a tool for healing and thriving. The food you eat directly impacts your energy levels, your mood, and your ability to focus. It influences how you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. Nourishment is not about following a rigid diet or obsessing over calories. It's about cultivating a relationship with food that is based on respect, gratitude, and mindfulness. It's about choosing foods that are rich in nutrients, that fuel your body and mind, and that align with your values. Start by being mindful of what you eat. Pay attention to the quality of your food, where it comes from, and how it's prepared. Choose whole, unprocessed foods that are rich in nutrients. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. These foods provide your body with the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants it needs to function optimally. But nourishment goes beyond the physical. It's also about how you eat. The act of eating should be a mindful practice, not a mindless activity. Take the time to savor your food, to appreciate the flavors and textures, and to be present in the moment. Eating mindfully not only improves digestion, but also helps you develop a healthier relationship with food. The Stoics also believed in the importance of gratitude, and this applies to nourishment as well. Be grateful for the food you have, for the people who grew it, and for the hands that prepared it. Gratitude transforms the act of eating into a sacred ritual, a moment of connection with the earth and with yourself. In modern society, it's easy to fall into the trap of convenience, fast food, processed snacks, and meals eaten on the go. But these habits disconnect us from the wisdom of nourishment. They deprive us of the opportunity to truly care for our bodies and to experience the joy of eating well. Nourishment also involves knowing when to fast and when to feast. The Stoics practiced moderation and restraint, understanding that overindulgence leads to sluggishness and a lack of clarity. They advocated for simple, wholesome meals and the occasional fast to cleanse the body and sharpen the mind. Fasting, when done mindfully and with intention, can be a powerful tool for self-discipline and spiritual growth. To cultivate the habit of nourishment, start by making small changes to your diet and eating habits. Focus on adding more whole foods to your meals, reducing your intake of processed foods, and eating mindfully. Over time, you'll notice a difference in how you feel, more energized, more focused, and more connected to your body. Remember, nourishment is not just about what you eat, but how you eat. It's about being present, being grateful, and being mindful. It's about treating your body with the respect and care it deserves. When you nourish yourself well, you are better equipped to face life's challenges with strength, clarity, and resilience. Habit 5. The practice of solitude. Imagine standing alone on a mountain peak, the world spread out before you in all its vastness and beauty. In that moment of solitude, you are acutely aware of the silence around you, the stillness within you. There are no distractions, no demands on your time or attention, just you and your thoughts. The 5th habit is the practice of solitude. In a world that is constantly connected, where noise and distraction are the norms, solitude is a rare and precious commodity. It is in solitude that you find clarity, that you reconnect with your inner self, and that you cultivate the wisdom to navigate the complexities of life. The Stoics valued solitude as a time for reflection and self-examination. Seneca wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." The process is a mutual one. People learn as they teach. But he also emphasized the importance of solitude, for it is in solitude that you learn to be your own teacher, your own guide. Solitude is not about loneliness. It's about being alone with your thoughts, free from external influences and distractions. It's a time to recharge, to reflect, and to reconnect with your core values and beliefs. It's a space where you can think deeply, explore new ideas, and gain insights that might be lost in the noise of everyday life. The practice of solitude involves intentionally setting aside time to be alone, whether it's for a few minutes or a few hours. It's about creating a space where you can be with yourself, without the distractions of technology, social media, or other people. It's about finding peace in the silence and stillness. In solitude, you can confront your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities. You can ask yourself the tough questions and explore the depths of your soul. It's a time for introspection, for examining your life and your choices, and for making decisions that align with your true self. Solitude is also a time for creativity and inspiration. Many great thinkers, artists, and writers have found their most profound insights and ideas in moments of solitude. When you disconnect from the external world, you open up space for new thoughts, new perspectives, and new possibilities. But solitude is not just about being alone physically. It's also about cultivating an inner solitude, a calm and centered state of mind that you can carry with you, even in the midst of chaos. This inner solitude is a source of strength and resilience, allowing you to remain grounded and focused no matter what is happening around you. The practice of solitude can take many forms. It could be a walk in nature, where you leave your phone behind and simply enjoy the beauty of the world around you. It could be sitting in a quiet room, meditating or journaling, exploring your thoughts and feelings. It could be a weekend retreat, where you disconnect from your usual routines and immerse yourself in silence and reflection. Whatever form it takes, the key is to make solitude a regular part of your life. In solitude, you will find a wellspring of wisdom, creativity, and peace. You will discover the power of being alone with yourself, and you will emerge stronger, clearer, and more connected to your true self. Habit 6. The courage of vulnerability. Consider the image of a warrior once more, but this time, not in the heat of battle, but in a quiet moment, laying down his sword. This warrior knows that true strength is not just in the ability to fight, but in the ability to open up, to show weakness, to be vulnerable. The 6th habit is the courage of vulnerability. In a society that often equates vulnerability with weakness, it takes great courage to embrace this habit. But vulnerability is not weakness, it is the source of true strength. It is the willingness to be open, to be honest, and to be real with yourself and with others. The philosopher Aristotle spoke of the golden mean, the balance between extremes. Vulnerability is the golden mean between hiding behind a mask of invulnerability and being overwhelmed by your emotions. It's about being authentic, about showing up as your true self, imperfections and all. Vulnerability is the gateway to deep and meaningful connections. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you invite others to do the same. You create a space for honesty, trust, and intimacy. It is through vulnerability that we form the bonds that sustain us, that help us grow, and that make life truly rich. But vulnerability is not just about relationships with others. It's also about the relationship you have with yourself. It's about being honest with yourself about your fears, your insecurities, and your struggles. It's about acknowledging your humanity, your imperfections, and your need for growth. To practice vulnerability is to take off the mask of perfectionism. It's to admit that you don't have all the answers, that you make mistakes, and that you are a work in progress. This honesty is liberating. It frees you from the burden of trying to be something you're not, and allows you to embrace who you truly are. The Stoics understood the importance of self-awareness and self-acceptance. They taught that we should not seek to be perfect, but to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. This requires vulnerability, for it means accepting our flaws, our limitations, and our failures as part of the journey. Vulnerability also requires courage, for it means stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and facing the possibility of rejection or failure. But without vulnerability, there can be no growth, no learning, and no true success. It is through vulnerability that we push our boundaries, challenge our assumptions, and discover new possibilities. To cultivate the habit of vulnerability, start by being honest with yourself. Reflect on the areas of your life where you are holding back, where you are afraid to show your true self. Consider why you feel this way and what you can do to overcome these fears. Next, practice vulnerability in your relationships. Start small, perhaps by sharing something personal with a trusted friend or family member. Notice how this openness deepens your connection and builds trust. Over time, you'll find that vulnerability becomes a source of strength rather than a source of fear. Finally, remember that vulnerability is a practice, not a destination. It's something you cultivate over time, with patience and compassion. It's about being gentle with yourself as you navigate the complexities of life, and about giving yourself permission to be imperfect. In the words of Brené Brown, a modern philosopher of vulnerability, vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's our greatest measure of courage. Habit 7. The pursuit of knowledge. Imagine a library filled with books from every era, every culture, every field of study. Each book is a doorway to a different world, a different perspective, a different way of thinking. This library represents the vastness of human knowledge, the accumulated wisdom of centuries. And yet, no matter how much you learn, there is always more to discover. The 7th habit is the pursuit of knowledge. It is the recognition that learning is a lifelong journey, one that never truly ends. The Stoics believed in the importance of wisdom and knowledge as the foundation of a good life. They understood that to live well, one must continually seek out new ideas, challenge old beliefs, and expand one's understanding of the world. The philosopher Epictetus said, "Only the educated are free." This statement captures the essence of the pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge is not just about acquiring facts. It's about gaining the freedom to think critically, to make informed decisions, and to live a life of purpose and meaning. The pursuit of knowledge is not limited to formal education or academic study. It's about being curious about the world around you, about seeking out new experiences, and about learning from every person and situation you encounter. It's about reading widely, exploring different disciplines, and questioning the status quo. But knowledge is not just about external information. It's also about self-knowledge. The Stoics emphasize the importance of knowing oneself, one's strengths, weaknesses, desires, and fears. Self-knowledge is the foundation of self-mastery, for it allows you to understand your motivations, to control your impulses, and to align your actions with your values. The pursuit of knowledge also requires humility. It means acknowledging that you don't have all the answers, that there is always more to learn, and that true wisdom comes from a willingness to admit your ignorance. Socrates, one of the wisest philosophers of all time, famously said, "I know that I know nothing." This statement reflects the idea that the more you learn, the more you realize how much you have yet to learn. To cultivate the habit of knowledge, start by making learning a daily practice. Read every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Choose books that challenge your thinking, that expose you to new ideas, and that deepen your understanding of the world. Explore different subjects, philosophy, science, history, literature, and see how they connect to your life. But don't limit yourself to books. Seek out experiences that broaden your perspective. Travel, engage in meaningful conversations, and listen to different viewpoints. Be open to learning from every situation, whether it's a success or a failure, a joy or a hardship. Knowledge also comes from reflection. Take the time to think about what you've learned, to connect the dots, and to apply your knowledge to your life. Ask yourself how your new insights can help you grow, how they can improve your relationships, and how they can guide your decisions. The pursuit of knowledge is not about accumulating information for its own sake. It's about using that knowledge to live a more meaningful, fulfilling, and virtuous life. It's about becoming wiser, more compassionate, and more capable of making a positive impact on the world. Remember, the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey. There is always more to learn, more to discover, and more to understand. Embrace this journey with curiosity, humility, and a passion for growth. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Knowledge is the path to that escape, the key to a life well lived. Habit 8. The strength of resilience. Imagine a tree standing tall in the midst of a storm. The wind howls, the rain beats down, and the branches sway, but the tree remains rooted, unshaken, and resilient. This tree represents the strength of resilience, the ability to withstand adversity, to bend without breaking, and to grow stronger in the face of challenges. The 8th habit is the strength of resilience. Resilience is the capacity to recover from setbacks, to adapt to change, and to keep moving forward in the face of obstacles. It is the recognition that life is filled with challenges, but that each challenge is an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. The Stoics believed in the importance of resilience as a key component of a virtuous life. They taught that we should not be discouraged by difficulties, but rather we should see them as opportunities to practice courage, wisdom, and self-control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful statement encapsulates the Stoic philosophy of resilience, the idea that obstacles are not to be avoided, but embraced as a path to growth. Resilience is not just about enduring hardships, it's about learning from them. It's about understanding that pain, failure, and disappointment are not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter. Each setback is an opportunity to build strength, to develop character, and to deepen your understanding of yourself and the world. To cultivate resilience, you must first develop a mindset of growth. This means seeing challenges as opportunities, not threats. It means understanding that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but a stepping stone to success. It means being willing to take risks, to step out of your comfort zone, and to embrace uncertainty. Resilience also requires self-compassion. It's about being kind to yourself in times of difficulty, about recognizing that everyone faces challenges, and that it's okay to struggle. Self-compassion allows you to bounce back from setbacks with greater ease, to learn from your mistakes, and to keep moving forward with a sense of purpose and determination. Another key aspect of resilience is adaptability. Life is constantly changing, and the ability to adapt to these changes is crucial for resilience. This means being flexible in your thinking, being open to new possibilities, and being willing to let go of old habits or beliefs that no longer serve you. The Stoics taught the importance of accepting what we cannot change and focusing on what we can control. This mindset of acceptance and adaptability is at the heart of resilience. Resilience is also about community. While resilience is often seen as an individual trait, it is also something that is nurtured through connections with others. Supportive relationships, whether with family, friends, or a broader community, provide the emotional and practical support needed to overcome challenges. The Stoics believed in the importance of social bonds and community, understanding that we are all interconnected, and that our strength comes not just from within, but from our relationships with others. To build the habit of resilience, start by reflecting on your past challenges and how you overcame them. What strengths did you draw upon? What lessons did you learn? Use these reflections as a foundation for building resilience in the present and future. Next, practice resilience in your daily life by embracing challenges rather than avoiding them. When faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself how you can grow from it, what you can learn, and how you can use it as an opportunity to build your resilience. Finally, cultivate resilience by taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health. Exercise regularly, practice mindfulness or meditation, and nurture your relationships. These practices will provide you with the strength, clarity, and support you need to bounce back from setbacks and continue moving forward. In the end, resilience is not about never falling down. It's about always getting back up. It's about facing life's challenges with courage, strength, and a belief in your ability to overcome them. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Resilience is the art of reacting to life's difficulties with grace, wisdom, and an unwavering commitment to growth. Habit 9, the art of letting go. Picture a river flowing effortlessly towards the sea. Along its journey, it encounters rocks, trees, and other obstacles, but it doesn't resist or fight against them. Instead, it flows around them, letting go of anything that stands in its way. This river symbolizes the art of letting go, an essential habit for living a peaceful and fulfilled life. The 9th habit is the art of letting go. Letting go is about releasing the need to control everything, about accepting the impermanence of life, and about finding freedom in the act of surrender. The Stoics taught that much of our suffering comes from our attachment to things we cannot control, whether it's the past, the future, or the actions of others. By learning to let go, we free ourselves from unnecessary pain and open the door to peace and contentment. Letting go is not about giving up or being passive. It's about recognizing what is within your control and what is not. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses to events, and letting go of everything else. This is the essence of the Stoic concept of amor fati, or the love of fate. It's about embracing whatever happens, good or bad, as a necessary part of life's journey. The art of letting go also involves releasing negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and fear. These emotions can weigh us down, cloud our judgment, and prevent us from moving forward. By letting go of these emotions, we create space for positive feelings such as love, joy, and gratitude. We allow ourselves to heal, to grow, and to find peace. Letting go is also about releasing the past. Many of us hold on to past hurts, mistakes, and regrets, replaying them over and over in our minds. But the past is gone, and it cannot be changed. By letting go of the past, we free ourselves from its hold and open ourselves to the possibilities of the present and future. Similarly, letting go involves releasing our fears about the future. Worrying about what might happen only causes stress and anxiety, robbing us of our peace of mind. The Stoics taught the importance of living in the present moment, of focusing on what is happening now rather than what might happen in the future. By letting go of our fears, we can approach the future with confidence and trust in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. Letting go is also about detachment from outcomes. We often become attached to specific outcomes, believing that our happiness depends on achieving certain goals or getting what we want. But life is unpredictable, and things don't always go as planned. By letting go of our attachment to outcomes, we free ourselves from disappointment and frustration. We learn to find joy in the journey, regardless of the destination. To practice the art of letting go, start by identifying the things in your life that you are holding on to, whether it's a past event, a negative emotion, or a specific outcome. Ask yourself why you are holding on and what it's costing you in terms of peace and happiness. Then, consciously make the decision to let go. Letting go can be a gradual process, and it may take time. Be patient with yourself and practice self-compassion. You may need to let go of the same thing multiple times before it no longer has a hold on you. That's okay. It's part of the journey. Another way to cultivate the habit of letting go is through mindfulness and meditation. These practices help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings, and they teach you how to observe them without becoming attached. Over time, mindfulness and meditation can help you develop a greater sense of inner peace and detachment. Finally, remember that letting go is an act of trust. Trust in yourself, in the process of life, and in the belief that everything happens for a reason. When you let go, you open yourself to new possibilities, new experiences, and new ways of being. You allow life to flow freely, like the river on its journey to the sea. In the words of the Buddha, in the end, these things matter most. How well did you love? How fully did you live? How deeply did you let go? The art of letting go is not just about releasing what no longer serves you. It's about creating space for what truly matters: love, peace, and the joy of being fully alive. Habit 10. The power of purpose. Imagine a ship sailing across the ocean. It has a destination in mind, a purpose that guides its journey. No matter the storms it encounters, no matter the challenges it faces, it stays on course because it knows where it is going. This ship symbolizes the power of purpose, a guiding star that illuminates your path and gives meaning to your life. The 10th habit is the power of purpose. Purpose is the driving force behind everything you do. It's the reason you get up in the morning and the motivation that keeps you going, even when times are tough. The Stoics believed that having a sense of purpose was essential for a fulfilling and virtuous life. They taught that we should live in accordance with our highest values, striving to make a positive impact on the world and to fulfill our potential. Purpose is not just about what you do. It's about who you are. It's about aligning your actions with your values, about living a life that is true to yourself. When you have a strong sense of purpose, you are less likely to be swayed by external pressures or distractions. You have a clear direction, a sense of meaning that gives you the strength to persevere through difficulties and the courage to pursue your dreams. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This quote speaks to the power of purpose, how it can give you the strength to overcome even the most daunting challenges. Purpose provides you with a sense of direction, a sense of focus, and a sense of fulfillment. To discover your purpose, start by reflecting on what truly matters to you. What are your core values? What are your passions? What are your strengths and talents? What impact do you want to have on the world? Purpose is found at the intersection of these questions, where your values, passions, strengths, and desires converge. Purpose is not something you find once and for all. It's something you cultivate over time. It may evolve as you grow and change, and that's okay. The key is to remain open to new possibilities and to continually seek out ways to align your life with your purpose. Living with purpose also means being intentional with your time and energy. It means prioritizing the things that truly matter and letting go of the things that don't. It means setting goals that are aligned with your purpose and taking consistent action towards achieving them. Purpose also requires perseverance. There will be times when you encounter obstacles, when you feel discouraged, or when you question whether you're on the right path. In these moments, it's important to reconnect with your purpose, to remind yourself why you started, and to keep moving forward. Purpose gives you the resilience to push through difficulties and the determination to keep striving for what you believe in. Purpose is not just about personal fulfillment. It's also about contributing to something greater than yourself. It's about making a positive impact on the world, whether through your work, your relationships, or your community. The Stoics believed in the importance of serving others and of living a life that benefits the greater good. When you live with purpose, you not only enhance your own life, but also the lives of those around you. To cultivate the habit of purpose, start by setting aside time for reflection. Consider what brings you joy, what makes you feel alive, and what gives your life meaning. Write down your thoughts and use them to guide your actions and decisions. Next, set goals that are aligned with your purpose. Break these goals down into actionable steps and commit to taking consistent action towards achieving them. Remember that purpose is not just about the destination, it's about the journey. Enjoy the process, learn from your experiences, and stay true to your purpose even when the path is challenging. Finally, remember that purpose is not just about what you do, it's about how you do it. It's about bringing your best self to every moment, about approaching life with passion, integrity, and a commitment to excellence. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, life is long if you know how to use it. Purpose is the key to using your life wisely, to living fully, and to creating a legacy that will endure. In conclusion, these 10 habits, intentional living, embracing silence, cultivating gratitude, practicing mindfulness, seeking solitude, embracing vulnerability, pursuing knowledge, building resilience, mastering the art of letting go, and living with purpose, are not just practices, they are ways of being. They are the foundation of a life well lived, a life of meaning, fulfillment, and joy. By incorporating these habits into your daily life, you will not only enhance your own well-being, but also contribute to the well-being of others. You will create a life that is rich in meaning, deep in purpose, and filled with the joy of living in alignment with your true self. So embark on this journey with an open heart and a willing spirit. Embrace the habits of a purposeful life and let them guide you towards the life you were meant to live, a life of courage, wisdom, love, and profound fulfillment.